Fiends of Chaos. This is your King and I, Vincent Valentine, EX Turk, and the song in the background is Eminem's song Venom for the Venom movie soundtrack. So let's get in this review. Now, I gotta say, the critics were actually pretty wrong. I have to eat my words. Vincent Valentine, EX Turk, King of the Night 57, Devin Cortland Jackson. I just gotta say, I'm eating my own words in this. I'm actually eating my own words in this one. You know, Tom Hardy's not a bad actor. This is actually a good movie. Now, I can't say I give it a 10 out of 10, you know, because there are some inconsistencies with stuff, you know, with some of the stuff that goes on, but, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst. It's at least up to a 9. Now, people who said they can't do a good Venom movie without a Spider-Man movie, this movie's proved to be wrong. I'd go check this out, actually. There's not no political shill messages to it. It's straight up Eddie Brock being Eddie Brock and Venom being Venom just like he is in the comic books and the animated series and the video games. This was actually a really good Venom. I gotta be honest, I'm eating my own words. Tom Hardy, it was actually a good Venom. You know, I don't think the rating should have been as low as it should. But then again, most people just don't go check it out. They just read Rotten Tomato and they have low IQs and they go around here just believe everything Rotten Tomato have said. I gotta say that, you know, I feel bad I didn't pay for the movie because this was actually pretty good. Actually, this is actually something I actually really enjoyed, and I'm not saying it to sell out. I know there's gonna be some people say, "Oh, you're a sellout, Turk. You're a sellout. Go, you know, KYS yourself." You know, I actually liked that. So I actually liked it, and then the fact that the cameos to Cletus Cassidy was actually pretty neat at the end of the movie. But I also now people who didn't figure out what the female Venom is, that's actually Annie in the Venom. That's actually Annie in the Venom costume when, you know, Eddie Brock loses Venom for at least a short period of time. Now, I didn't think what concerned me too. I didn't think we would be able to tell the difference between Riot or Venom because in the trailer it looked like they were the same color, but they kind of fixed it up a little bit, and everything that was in the actual trailer was exactly in the movie, which, you know, good advertisement right there. Now, I think because of bad ratings, we might not get a sequel, but if we do get a sequel, it looks like Carnage is going to be the big bad villain next. You know, it's going to be the next villain, but because of the ratings, it kind of killed any possible for a sequel, but for a standalone movie, this is actually pretty good. Now I'm actually hyped for a Gambit movie. I'm hyped for a Michael Morbius movie. This is actually something that I can actually say I 100% support completely. And I'll be honest, I didn't really care or like Tom Hardy that much because I still get the taste of Bane's dick in my mouth in The Dark Knight, so didn't like that very much. But I gotta say, you know, it's finally out now because because Venom actually impressed me. I actually am impressed. Matter of fact, I got a free Venom poster as well, but that's not the point. But the movie, the synopsis, it did have a little bit political stuff, but not to the point where it's not over the board with this stuff. It's not flooded with this stuff. It was actually just done right because it's still stuck to the comic books while staying in continuity. The only thing that's not continuity is that there's no Spider-Man. And that's because Sony don't own the rights to Spider-Man anymore. So we can understand they had to do something else. So, you know, but I gotta say, especially the Venom. The Venom suit was actually good. You know, he's big, beefy, and acts just like he does in the comics and cartoons. And I was concerned. I'll be honest. I was one of those fans that's eating my own words right now. Matter of fact, I was just shill eating my own. I was just shill, and now I ate my own words. I gotta say, yeah, I never would go around admitting I was wrong for anything because I have such a big ego. I stroke my dick every single night, but you know, thinking I'm all hot shit all the time. But I gotta say, I'm gonna humble myself and just, you know, And be honest with myself, the Venom movie exactly came out the way it should. It actually did meet a little bit of my expectations, and as a Venom fan, it really did. The only thing that bothered me is there was no spider on it, but I understand. No Spider-Man, no carrying over the spider logo. Makes sense. Makes sense. The characters were fleshed out really well, and it was kind of a mixtape because it was doing a new type of Venom, but with all the Venom storyline, but with some of the old storylines. So this actually took the source from the comic books. Just the only difference is that there's no Spider-Man, but it took from the comic books very well. In fact, it's as well as Deadpool, how the Deadpool movies are. So it really did do just that. Now, I never knew who Riot was because, Riot was only a one-issue thing, and then he just disappears alongside the other symbiotes. The only symbiotes people actually know is Carnage and Venom. So, So it's good to actually put some spotlight on Riot because now people know who Riot is. Now, I have not read the comics for Riot, but I have played the Super Nintendo game Separation Anxiety, and Riot's in that game, so I know a little bit of Riot. But it's exactly like exactly how he's in the video games, comic books, cartoons. I feel like I was actually watching a real Venom movie. Like, this was actually real. This met my expectations to a whole T. Not trolling. This is actually legit. I recommend going to see this movie. And if you can, I understand why you can't, because, there's people that are just opposed to it just because of the actor choices. And understandably so, but I personally think I would give it at least an 8 out of 9. 8 out of 10. So it was actually close to the comic books. It kept the continuity up, and it really messed anything up like I was worried that was going to happen. It didn't. It actually kept to what it was supposed to do. It did what it's supposed to do, and it did its job. It was an actual Venom movie, and nothing else. It played the way it should have been playing. So and let's see, the beginning of the movie, of course, he didn't get the Venom parasite until he started doing his journalistic duty to tell the truth and expose, Mr. Drake for all the horrible atrocities, of course. And it's kind of a different take from the Venom stuff, because in the Venom take, in the original, and just in the movies and comics, Venom got fired because of Spider-Man, and Venom was attracted to Eddie Brock's anger, so that turned him into Venom in the original. So it's kind of just a different take. It's the same exact Venom we all love and know, just different take. And I gotta say, I gotta eat my own words. I gotta give Tom Hardy, you know what? I gotta give Tom Hardy his due for portraying Venom really well. So I want to give this an 8 out of 10. Go check this out. It's a small review because this is only an hour-long movie, so the plot is kind of short a little bit, but understandably so, because this is not a flushed around full superhero movie. This is actually a solo Venom movie. So may the crystal be with you. I urge you to go watch Venom. Also working on a Vincent Valentine web series, fan trailer at least. So please support JTS Productions if you want to see a Vincent Valentine, trailer. And then hopefully one day it becomes a web series. So there's that too.